You might think that masturbation is a simple and harmless act, something you've done for decades without a second thought. But what if I told you that after 60, some habits that once felt normal can actually start working against you? The truth is, many older men unknowingly make mistakes that silently damage their health, reduce their energy, and even increase the risk of serious problems down the line. And here's the surprising part. Most of these mistakes are not about the act itself, but about how your body changes with age and how you respond to those changes. Let's be honest, aging brings challenges. Hormones decline, blood circulation slows, recovery takes longer, and sensitivity shifts. The way your body worked at 20, 30, or even 50 is not the same after 60. And ignoring that reality is where the danger begins. That's why today, I'm going to break down the 7 masturbation mistakes that older men make, explain why they are so harmful, and show you healthier ways to handle them. If you're over 60, or even approaching it, this is advice you can't afford to miss. The first mistake is overdoing it. Many men assume that frequent release is a sign of health, or that it prevents buildup and prostate issues. But the reality is, after 60, your energy reserves are not the same. Excessive masturbation can leave you drained, weaken your immune system, and even put extra strain on your prostate. Some men end up feeling tired for days after, wondering why their energy is so low. The key here is moderation. Once or twice a week can be healthy, but pushing beyond that often does more harm than good at this stage of life. The second mistake is using too much pressure or force. This is something men rarely think about when they're younger because their tissue heals fast and sensitivity is high. But with age, skin becomes thinner and blood vessels more fragile. Rough handling can cause microtears, bruising, or gradual desensitization. Some men even develop a condition known as death grip, where they can only respond to very intense stimulation and lose the ability to enjoy softer, natural intimacy. The fix is simple. Slow down, use lighter strokes, and focus on pleasure, not intensity. Your body will thank you for it. The third mistake is relying only on porn. Look, there's nothing wrong with adult content in moderation, but constant reliance on it rewires your brain's reward system. After 60, when dopamine levels are already lower, this becomes a real problem. Your brain starts expecting unrealistic stimulation, making real intimacy feel dull in comparison. I've spoken with men who could no longer enjoy being with a partner because their minds were locked onto digital images. That's a dangerous cycle. Instead, try mixing in imagination, mindfulness, or even erotica that engages your mind in different ways. Keeping your brain flexible is just as important as keeping your body flexible. The fourth mistake is skipping lubrication. This might seem minor, but it's actually one of the most common sources of irritation for older men. With lower testosterone, the skin can become drier and less elastic. Dry friction doesn't just reduce pleasure. It creates microtears, irritation, and even opens a door to infections. The simple habit of using a safe, skin-friendly lubricant makes the entire experience healthier and more comfortable. Think of it like taking care of any other part of your body. Prevention is always better than treatment. The fifth mistake is ignoring your prostate. At this stage of life, prostate health is one of the biggest concerns men face. Some light, regular stimulation can actually improve circulation and reduce stagnation, but extremes, either total neglect or overuse, can create issues. Too much pressure can irritate the gland, while too little attention can increase stiffness or discomfort. Pay attention to how your body feels. If you notice pain, difficulty urinating, or changes in your fluid, don't ignore it. That's your body's signal to slow down and maybe even consult a doctor. The sixth mistake is rushing. Many men carry the same habits from their younger years, where release was about speed and frequency. But at 60 and beyond, rushing only increases stress, puts pressure on the heart, and reduces overall enjoyment. This should be a time to slow down, breathe, and enjoy the sensations fully. In fact, taking your time increases circulation, boosts arousal, and leads to a healthier release. Think of it less like a sprint and more like a meditation, a moment for yourself, not a race to the finish line. The seventh mistake is treating it like a shameful secret. Unfortunately, many men grow up believing that masturbation is dirty or embarrassing, and those feelings don't just vanish with age. Carrying that guilt into your later years adds unnecessary stress, and stress at this age is a serious risk factor for blood pressure, sleep problems, and even heart issues. The truth is, masturbation is a natural and healthy act when done correctly. Seeing it as part of self-care instead of a dirty secret frees you from guilt and allows you to enjoy the benefits with confidence. So let's put it all together. After 60, masturbation can still be a source of pleasure, stress relief, and even improved circulation, but only if you adapt. Avoid overdoing it. Be gentle. Don't let porn control your brain. Use lubrication. Respect your prostate. Slow down, and never let guilt poison something natural. This isn't about stopping. It's about doing it smarter. Your body is changing. But with the right awareness, you can still enjoy a satisfying, healthy experience without silently harming yourself. The choice is clear. You can keep ignoring your age and risk fatigue, desensitization, and prostate problems, or you can take control and turn this private act into a positive, supportive part of your health routine. The men who adapt live stronger, happier, and more confident lives. Which one will you be?